You know, something very strangely familiar about this gun. Reminds me of one of its predecessors from Call of Duty. Any of you guys guess what it is? Okay, if not, it reminds me a lot of the PPSH from Call of Duty World at War. And I don't know. I mean, something about the gun, it just sounds a lot like the PPSH, at least in my opinion. I mean, if you go back and kind of compare, the guns did have some minor differences as far as the audio files go, but for the most part, I think it sounded a lot like the PPSH, especially when you include the double tap, not attachment perk for the PPSH back in World at War, of course. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know what you guys think, but I've been really using this gun a lot, and it's a lot of fun. But I want to go ahead and talk about a few things today. This is a longer commentary. It'll be 10 minutes long, roughly. So if you guys don't have that long of a time, hey, not a big deal. You know, I apologize again. I don't have the best editing equipment, so when I try and edit it down into smaller clips, it usually doesn't go well, and you know, it freezes. And I've told you guys this before, so just bear with me. I'll get that out of the way, and I'll try and make my videos much shorter and a little bit neater. Again, once I get a new computer, something that'll run my software and make it, you know, much easier to edit and all that business. But anyway, with that out of the way, you know, I'm finally back doing another commentary. I know it's been a little while, and I'll go ahead and have a few explanations. And of course, you know, I mean, I'm not like, you know, again, it's not a big deal. I'm glad to be back. It's been about 2 days. It's, you know, 2 to 3 days, and I've been missing it, so I decided to jump back on and do some commentary. And yeah, so I guess let's go ahead and start off with, you know, I hope you guys had a great weekend, all that. I sure as heck had a good weekend. Obviously, this is Monday. You know, it's not like Sunday or any of that. I know I haven't done a Saturday chill commentary or a strategic Sunday. I haven't really done anything in a while that's as far that goes as far as I guess specific playlist or whatever you want to call them, like specific-ish videos that I just, you know, occasionally do. Usually I do them once a week. But anyway, I know I haven't been doing them in a while, and I'll get around to some of those. I just have to have some stuff on my mind whenever those come around. Usually they, you know, they may not appear every week, but it's usually something that happens that's on my mind. So if there's nothing on my mind, I'm probably not going to do a video about it because it's kind of difficult to do when you don't really know what you're going to talk about, of course, for that specific day. But I guess I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about this gameplay here. Of course, I'm using the Skorpion Evo again, and this gun's pretty awesome. I mean, a lot of people were, they used to say it was overpowered, but I think it's actually a pretty balanced SMG. I mean, it does dominate up close, but SMGs are pretty much supposed to be dominant up close. And a lot of people are also agreeing that the maps are very close range oriented, and they very much are. I mean, a lot of the maps, they're definitely SMG friendly as far as, you know, I guess the map balance wise goes. And you can get away with using pretty much any gun in this game, but you'll have a much easier chance of using an SMG or a shotgun for the most part. I mean, occasionally I'll see snipers on that map Carrier, I believe it's called. That's a pretty fun map. I've begun to like it a little bit more and more. I used to not like it so much. I didn't really hate the map. I just didn't really favor it as much whenever I saw it come up in the map cycle. I was just like, I wish we had a better map, you know. And that also has something to do with what I want to talk about along with that is today. What kind of maps do you guys prefer in Call of Duty? Like, it seemed as if in the previous Call of Duties, at least in the Call of Duty that I probably had loved the maps the most, like added percentage-wise, I'd have to say Call of Duty 4. Something about all those maps, they had a little bit for everybody, you know. It seemed as if they had the really small maps, they had like 2 or 3 of those. They had like 4 or 5 medium to, you know, largest maps. And then the biggest maps they only had like maybe 2 or 3 of those. You know, they had a really good balance going on. And not including the downloadable content they added, I think. It was either 3 or 4 maps, probably 3. One of them was like in a China-ish town. One of them was radio broadcast, which was from one of the missions Charlie Don't Surf, I believe. And that was a pretty awesome map. I like that. It was definitely a grenade fest, but it was a really fun map for me. And I don't really recall any other maps. Maybe they'll come to me later on in this commentary. If so, you know, I'll bring them back up. But I can't really think of any more at the moment. But those 2 were definitely my notable favorites. Oh, actually, I think it was Creek. Don't exactly that. Correct me if I'm wrong. If any of you remember, that was a pretty cool map. I mean, it was definitely sniper friendly, but it did have some SMG purposes. You could get around the mountain and you could, you know, run around with an SMG, and it was definitely assault rifle friendly. It seemed like there was definitely a place for everybody who had a different play style, and it seemed like they really considered that. And I think that's why Call of Duty 4 had the most successful maps as far as the community is concerned. Back at the time, anyway. Most of the community, I mean, obviously everybody had different personalities, but it seems like now we're just kind of getting trained to run and gun, and that's kind of the personality it seems the Treyarch's wanting to take upon their consumers in this game. So that's what it seems like. But of course, there is a map pack coming out, and I know I'm late to the party about talking about this, but I also heard about this. I looked into it a little bit, but I pretty much forgot all the details because, well, I'll get into this later, but I've been playing another computer game lately, and of course, I'll get into that in a little bit, but supposedly the map packs, they're going to obviously do their thing that they did back in Black Ops 1, where they released the 4 multiplayer maps, and then they'll release a zombie map, which is pretty cool. You get a good bang for your buck. You pretty much get your refreshing zombies back, and if any of you dig the zombies, I definitely dig zombies. It's a really fun game mode, and I stated it before, it's really fun. It's always cool to see if you can set a record, even on the leaderboards. It's really cool, you know. I like to always try and see how far you can get, and it's always competitive with you and your friends. It's definitely fun to play. Maybe not as much as watch. I mean, it depends. There are some really successful zombie YouTube channels out there. Syndicate Project is one of them. He is pretty much a zombie channel. I mean, he plays zombies a lot. He's definitely set some really cool world records, and you know, I have to say congratulations, because he is one of the most successful YouTubers that I've seen, that's especially in the UK proportion, because he's got over 2 million subscribers. And when I think 2 million subscribers, I can't even imagine, because you got to think that's a lot of people. You know, I mean, heck, I think about 100 people's a lot, but 2 million? That's ridiculous. And he definitely deserved it, because he's an amazing commentator. I've watched his content from here and there. I'm not really subscribed to him, I don't believe, but I do watch his videos every now and again, because he definitely makes great content. So, you know, congratulations for him on that. I really do have to say he did a great job. So, it's definitely a lot of work whenever you want to put into your channel. If you want to put a lot of work into it, you got to keep and stay committed. You can't just be lazy. If you want to really make your channel grow and you want to be successful on YouTube, you got to really work at it. And that's what I really can appreciate with all these bigger YouTubers. At least a good proportion of them, they worked for what they got to. You know, obviously there's some YouTubers that may not exactly have 100% deserved the standing that they're in, but who am I to judge? I'm not to judge anyone here, but, you know, a lot of people, they have been saying left and right, you know, some YouTubers may or may not deserve the subscriber base that they have, but hey, you know, that's here nor there. So, you know, that's just what some people have been saying, but most of the people that are on YouTube, they have well deserved the subscribers that they have earned, and I can give a lot of respect to them, because they put a lot of hard work into their videos, a lot of late nights staying up, editing, doing whatever, and they put a lot of thought and emotion into their videos, and definitely can respect that. And I hope you guys can give respect to YouTubers that you see maybe struggling or whatever. You know, if some YouTubers, they're just in a rut or whatever, if you can give them some tips to make their content, you know, really refreshing for the new viewers and help their channel out, that'd be really, you know, thoughtful of you, and it would, you know, make me happy as well. But you know, that's another thing I want to talk about. But I want to go back on the subject about this game I've been playing. I have talked about this in previous commentaries. The APB Reloaded game, and that's a really fun computer game that I've been playing a lot with my cousins and some of my other friends that he and I have met online. We've been playing this game for quite some time. Last year we played it for a while. It's one of those games where it consumes you, I guess you can say. Like, you get so into the game. It's pretty much one of those MMORPGs, except it's not really like the Star Wars or World of Warcraft or Rift, or if you know any of those titles. Most likely you've heard of any of those three. But for the most part, it's a gang-affiliated game, sort of-ish. It's criminals versus enforcers, and it's a really fun game. You get to customize your cars. You get to, you know, if you're an enforcer, you can put sirens on your cars. You can arrest people if you see them breaking into stores. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like a different version of Grand Theft Auto, I guess you can say. Except it's obviously you get to rank up by doing all kinds of stuff, and it's really creative the way they've thought about it. And another thing about this game is it actually had a previous company that owned it, but it died out because the game, apparently, from what I've heard, they were charging way too much at the beginning of the game's life cycle, and their company kind of got shut down, so a new company took over, and the game's been really fun, and, you know, ever since. So I hope you guys give the game a chance. You know, you should check it out. APB Reloaded. Just search it up on YouTube. Check out some gameplay of it. It's a pretty cool game. It's worth checking out because it's also free. Well, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the commentary, and I'll see you in the next one.